G'day guys, welcome back. We're back in the shed again today building some sliders, again from DIY Customs, and I've got Josh and Jack here. Josh has bought his LN65 Hilux, which has a Ecotech swap, and Jack has brought his GU Patrol, which he's swapped a TD42 into. So in front of us here, we've got two slider kits, and we're going to see if we can smash out two sets of sliders in a couple of hours.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Alright, so if you guys are looking at getting yourself a set of DIY custom sliders, the first step is taking a measurement of your sill. That will give you the main measurement of your sliders. So we're going to take a measurement from the front guard to the rear guard, and we're going to round it down to the nearest 100, and that's the measurement that we're going to put into the website. So following that, we're going to jump onto DIY Customs website, and we're going to have a look at the different designs they offer. You can see Josh here has gone with the single kick out with multiple infills. So you can see Jack here has gone for the same design of slider, but he's opted for less infill tubes, giving it a slightly different look. So Josh and Jack have both decided on their designs, and they've measured up their cars, and then the sliders get shipped to your door. The first step now is to start tacking them together. So we've just gone through and we've finished tacking the designs together, and now we're getting ready to fully weld these out. So we have finished welding the sliders out. The boys have done a really good job. How long since the last time you welded?
I've never properly welded.
He's never properly welded, and he was able to do a fairly good job at putting his kit together. And then we've also started piecing together these universal chassis mounts. So they're in an L shape on one side, and the other side is just a piece of flat bar, and they're both slotted about 100 mil. And what that will allow us to do is clamp them around the chassis and shift the bolt up and down depending on the height of your chassis, and then we can also move it in and out depending on the width, and that means that it will suit any vehicle. Then what you do is trim the bolt down to the width of your chassis. You can push these two little rectangular pieces in so they look like a washer. Push them up to the side of that mount, and once you've decided your height of the chassis, you can weld that in place, and that will stop the bolt from sliding up and down these sliders.
Josh is just setting the sliders up how he wants to have them positioned under the vehicle. We've got an angle finder so we can match the angles between each side of the vehicle as well. Kind of just set it up to your own preference, which is the beauty of DIY sliders.
So Jack's currently under the car using the universal mounts and mocking them up against his own chassis rail. And we've already knocked the top side off, and now we're looking at setting the width of the chassis on the universal bracket.
Cut it off there for the width of the chassis, weld that plate in there, tack and weld off these little washers to the set height that we need once everything's bolted together. . 'Cause 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 'C
So we just got Josh under his Hilux here. He's got 5 out of the 6 mounts, just about to throw the last one up. And once you've finished your mounts, they should look a little something like this. So both of those little rectangles welded to the L and the straight, and then those 2 pieces put together as well. And we've just done a little bit of a quick file job to round any sharp edges off. So now that Josh has finished his chassis mounts, we've got the slider up in position with a couple jack stands. Josh is crawling under and he's starting to measure out his pipes and where he thinks he wants to cut them. So we'll start notching them down to the desired offset of the slider. So you can choose how far out you want them to poke, and then you also get to choose the angle. And this setup here with 3 jack stands is very easy to do, and it makes the whole process a hell of a lot simpler. Even with 3 guys here, the jack stands do a better job than the other 2 of us could.
We've just got them all tacked in place now, so we'll drop the slider down, do full welds and chuck some gussets on to strengthen her up a bit.
That's pretty much it, eh?
Yeah, and ready for paint and put back on.
So on these patrols, it's quite easy to mount at the rear of the chassis and the mid section of the chassis. But once you start getting towards the front, there's this rather large body mount that's pretty much right where you'd want to put your slider mount.
Conveniently placed.
Very conveniently placed. So what people sort of tend to do is pick up off this body mount and just create a slightly different style of mount rather than the standard chassis clamp. So that's what we're going to do, and we'll show you how we're going to do it.
Exhaust hanger as well,
Oh yeah, exhaust hanger.
conveniently placed.
Right about where you'd want to put a slider mount is the exhaust hanger. So we're going to unbolt it from the chassis, throw the slider clamp up around the chassis, and then we'll tack the exhaust clamp back onto the slider bracket.
When we last left off, tacked up the back 2 mounts, so pretty happy with how it's sitting, so I'll probably weld them out. Ruben had cut and notched bits of angle for the front mount, so that's currently clamped in against the body mount, or the back half of the body mount for the cab. So I'm going to tack that on. Then we can drill holes through that for some 2 M10 bolts. Probably pull it off the car to completely weld it out, and then get onto the other side. Got a little Empire angle finder from Bunnings, so help us roughly match the angle between the 2 sides. I don't care that much, because when are you going to see both at the same time?
Alright, so Jack has just tacked together his sliders to the mounts, and he's got them sitting in place, and they look pretty good.
Now I just got to do the front one, so
Yeah.
I think Ruben spoke about it earlier, but I'm just going to use a bit of angle profile up into the body mount. So just need to notch the angle to accept the tube and slot that in there and tack it to the slider, and then we can figure out the mount holes in the body mount after that. So under here, finishing off the passenger side slider, and coincidentally there's an exhaust mount for the hangers that sits right in line with where you want to put your rear bracket for the slider, right up against the mount for the lower control arm. So we've unbolted it, and we're just going to weld the existing mount to the side of the universal bracket for the sliders, and that will suffice. Basically put a solid tack in each mount hole that was existing in the factory bracket, and that is very sturdy. So that's one way to go about relocating your exhaust hanger.
So Josh has fully tacked together his sliders. He's just about ready to throw these gussets in here to support his chassis mounts, and now he's going to fully weld them. So he's going to get onto the MIG and start burning for the next probably half an hour and finish his sliders up. So on Josh's slider mounts, because of the angle that we wanted to mount it and the height of the cab on the chassis, we've actually had to meet the bottom of the chassis rail with the tube. So what we've done is notched it, and then Josh is going to hammer that down flat and then weld around that to finish it off. So Josh has just finished fully welding out his sliders, brackets, gussets, everything is finished. Now we're ready for paint. However, Josh doesn't have paint, so he's going to be back tomorrow putting some paint on his sliders. So both the boys have gone home, and after they left I got onto a little project of my own. So I haven't shown it to the channel yet, but I actually bought a Camaro a couple months back, and on the list today is the coolant overflow bottle. So I really don't like how I have nice shiny motor. It's a 496 if anyone's interested, which is about an 8 litre, 8.1, and it's a big block Chev. And it's got a really ugly coolant bottle that I think really distracts from the neat and tidiness of the rest of the engine bay. So that's what I wanted to do away with, and over here is sort of the solution I came up with. So that little bottle there is the new overflow bottle, aluminium, that I fabricated myself. And it'll hold about 2 litres, which is a little more than that one would hold at the full hot line. So should have enough room in there for all the extra fluid, and it's just got a non-pressurised cap on it and a little AN4 hose there. I would really like to get a small aluminium pipe, make a bit of a straw that goes up the guts, because down there I've got a hole that would be perfect. If this had a straw going all the way to the top of the tank for the relief, and that would drain straight down that hole down there onto the floor. Right now I've just got the cap without the seal in it, so if it does start developing a little bit of pressure, it'll just seep out the cap and make a little bit of a mess, but we'll sort that out later. And all that's left to do is make up some quick little mounts for that and the AN line going from the radiator cap. So that's sort of what I got up to, and I've run out of time. The weekend's finished. So we made it out to Glasshouse with Jack and Josh, and the boys have both taken their cars home and finished off the sliders with a nice bit of paint. Now they did paint them with just a bit of rattle can because we didn't want to go too expensive, knowing that we're going to be back doing some scrub bars soon. So these are just cheap little aerosol cans, and they came up pretty nice.
So they're all wrapped up. Kits went together really well. I think it took us about 2 hours to get the 2 actual slider sections together for each car, so that bit of the kit's really great. The universal mounts took us a bit longer than we'd originally allocated, so give yourself a bit of time to get those set up for your chassis. But otherwise I think they went together really well.
Yeah, very easy to customise to whatever design and whatever angle you want to. You can have them tucked right up or a bit more of a side step, and just easy to use.
So yeah, shout out to DIY Customs for putting together a good kit that DIYs can put together themselves and save some money.
Me and the boys were just saying that if you guys have a bunch of mates and you get together, instead of buying sliders that are already pre-assembled, built and painted, which can be quite expensive, if you opt for something that you build yourself, like the DIY custom sliders, with that extra money, you and your mates can chip in and buy yourselves a welder, and then you've got a welder there to make all sorts of cool stuff for your four-wheel drives and other cars. So it's definitely an option for young guys that are looking to get into building stuff for their cars. Definitely look into starting to set up your own workshop with your mates and get into building custom stuff for your own cars. And DIY Customs is an awesome place to start. All right, so that's us all finished. We've got the boys out here. They're both chuffed with the sliders and how they've come out. And all in all, I reckon you could probably get these done with a group of mates in a weekend if you're organised. All right, so that's all for this episode. We'll catch you guys in the next one where we might be doing some scrub bars.